Thank all of our witnesses. We'll turn to questions. I'll start. Mr. Townsend, I'm just grateful you're here and representing, in essence, the people of Pennsylvania and veterans. Appreciate your service in the United States Army. And I want to thank you for sharing the experiences that you've had and offering insights into how you and Lisa have navigated VA caregiving, so both services and supports. You shared that after an infection during an overseas tour in South Korea, you contracted a virus that is known to cause a progressive form of multiple sclerosis in some people. Unfortunately, you're now living with the daily challenges associated with MS. After a long battle with the VA, you were eventually deemed to have 100% service-connected disability. Like so many others, you have good days and bad days. Even on your good days, you still require some level of assistance with your activities of daily living. You shared that you applied for the program of comprehensive assistance to family caregivers and were denied. How did this make you feel? What were you thinking when that determination was made? And do you feel that the VA's assessment adequately considered your needs?
Clearly, we were disappointed when we received the determination. It's certainly our opinion that the VA's current interpretation of the eligibility criteria eliminates many veterans like myself from participating in programs like the comprehensive program in particular, simply by not requiring assistance with certain activities of daily living each time that activity is performed. I clearly think there's room for improvement, and I think that was summarized best by Ms. Sawyer when she recommended the change to requiring regular assistance rather than assistance every single time a veteran performs that particular activity of daily living.
Thanks very much. I'll turn next to Ms. Neeskens. You as well shared your own story and that of your husband and the work you've done as a caregiver. In your testimony, you told us that professional home care workers are an essential part of your husband's care team and your support team. You also told us it's often hard to find and keep these workers. We hear about that a lot. This is a story that I hear all too frequently back home, and we hear it in Washington as well, that it really is a care crisis across the board, not just in this context, but in the context of children and seniors and veterans as well. I've introduced several bills to improve both recruitment and retention of direct care workers. These bills would benefit older adults and people with disabilities and would also support the family caregivers who are left with little support and without access to the services. I'd ask you to tell us what it means for you and your family when you're not able to find a home care worker. What steps can we take here in the Senate to make sure that a stable and qualified workforce is there for you and your family?
Yes, so the availability of home health aides there's as everyone here knows, I believe, there's a nationwide shortage. I do believe the PCAFC helps to alleviate that burden by allowing family members to fill that gap when those HHAs are unable to be found. In addition, I think it's worth mentioning that the median wage for a home health aide in the United States is somewhere between $13 and $14 an hour. When you consider what that requires for someone to come to my home, the nearest metropolitan area to Cardwell is Butte, Montana, which has roughly 35,000 people. So that's probably where the home health aide would come from. They would have to commute 40 miles over the Continental Divide, over a very large pass in the middle of winter to come to my home to provide health aid services. The likelihood of finding someone who is willing to do that for $13.50 an hour is just slim to none. So I do believe that the PCAFC helps to alleviate those needs by allowing people that are already in the recipient's home or immediate community to fill those needs.
Thanks very much.